recognize this game primarily. I do want to check that. I want to make sure that didn't miss. Let's see. Whoop, not what I wanted. There we go. Okay, so ultra hard is the hardest difficulty. It has 5 difficulty settings: easy, medium, hard, very hard, and ultra hard. Yo, Nintendo for the Prime sub for 5 months. Thank you for the resubscription. Everybody get a retro win in chat. So again, I've actually played this game for RGLOVE a couple years back, but I played the Dreamcast version, which is the version I primarily played growing up, and I still prefer that one to this one. That and the mission mode speedrun was really, really fun. Like, I very much enjoyed the little amount of time I put into that run. But here, I discovered being able to play this properly in this version of MAME. Like, it looks good, it sounds good, like, everything about it is just super good. Let me check the volume. Yeah, it's fine. And it also turns out that in MAME, I think, I don't know if it's been proven yet, but a lot of people have called me on it, and that the in-game timer of this game is actually a bit overclocked, as in the in-game timer runs faster than real time. And I'm not trying to, like, be a cheater about it or anything. It's more just a case of, to me, that just makes it a great 1cc, even if it doesn't have to be, like, a real speed run. I just think it's very fun to play. I'm gonna pop that in. So I haven't unlocked any of the other characters, but we're not going to need them. Lizardman's the only other character I play, in addition to Sophitia, who we are going to be playing, because they both have the exact same strat here. Let's go ahead and start with Sophitia and her best outfit at 3, 2, 1, go.
Sophitia, battle 1.
So the strat's going to involve this. Hopefully not getting hit. And Ivy just not having it today. We're going to dash in with a shield bash, finish with that launch string. And the reason this is good is because, in most cases, enemies, if they block the first 2 hits, for some reason, they don't block the 3rd hit. I don't know if it's because of some kind of weird timing manipulation or what's going on with that. If they get hit by the first 2 hits, then yeah, they'll block the 3rd hit. The only time this goes wrong is that occasionally they'll sidestep the 3rd hit. And that happened in the first round there, as you can see. But if that happens, you can just go for it again. And the reason it's so good is because you get to loop them into another hit of it because they land on the other side of you. I tend to do another hit just to juggle them. Like so. Reset up there as a tech trap. Like, they can tech roll that, but they're going to have to block on wake up. And they're just going to catch them. Astaroth can actually be a fairly decent gatekeeper in this run, just because of his range. Like, a lot of his stuff is just honestly really scary. He has really good tracking. He utilizes a lot of, like, just around movement. Not round movement, mind you. Taki being the other gatekeeper, she's just so fast. If I can catch her in this, then we're good, but I almost feel like she could just break out anytime. See, like, look how fast all that nonsense was. Just flip me out for free. Yeah, I know, the strat's cheap, but it works. I have cleared it on default as well with Nightmare. Couldn't replicate it on the hardest difficulty though. Nightmare is very fun to play, but his run's a bit more taxing. Like, you have to play it a lot more fair. Strange smash stage, yeah, no joke. When our smash character's gonna get to swim. Nice counter there. Baldo's just another opponent. He's got some tricky movement and all, and really good range, but he doesn't scare me as much as someone like Astaroth, because his damage honestly isn't that big. There we go. See, they block the first 2, suck up the 3rd one. I don't get it, but whoa, okay, that's new. Actually blocked all 3 hits. Should still be able to get it though. Like this, I'm pretty sure this launcher doesn't hit low, so I don't know if it's just like tricking them or what's going on. It's bad. Sophitia also does, thankfully, have some really good keep off me or get off me moves. Like her 4B is in back direction plus the B attack. Yo, that gives me the game though because I already had a point. Hadn't seen a double KO in a bit. Dunk. So, quick thing to note about Arthur. Arthur is actually the arcade in-game replacement for Mitsurugi. Sounds just like him, has the same stage, same music. It's essentially Mitsurugi. But Mitsurugi was not released in the arcade version of this game because I believe because of Korean politics, as in they couldn't release the game in Korea if Mitsurugi was in the game. Something about samurais. I do honestly not know all the details, but I'm certainly willing to believe that because it just, I mean, I don't know. I can't think of another reason to take an iconic character out of a game, you know? Interesting thing about Huang in this game, Huang is not a default character on Soul Calibur Dreamcast. It's actually Zhonghua, whereas here it's flipped. Huang is your starting character, and Zhonghua is the unlockable. They do have very similar styles. I think Huang has more of a kick-based offense, but their actual short style is pretty much exactly the same. Hey, what's up, Yagamoth? Oh, get off me. So yeah, having never played this version of the game really prior to I think our local barcade got it back in 2014, so prior to that. To me at the time it wasn't much to look at. This is Namco System 128, which for home games stopped with Soul Blade. I think it was Tekken 3 and Soul Blade were the last two games released from that. Whereas Soul Calibur and Tekken Tag Tournament were also 128 games, but got full upgrades with their home console conversion. So they had improved visuals, better animations. They definitely marked the new millennium for 3D fighting games. They essentially put 128-bit games on 246 system, which is what was later used for games like Tekken 4 and Soul Calibur 2. Alright, on to our final boss. We got that old Inferno. First round, he always plays his Nightmare. He's actually just similar to what Mokujin or Edgemaster does. He mimics a different character every round, and it's completely random, except, again, first one, he always mimics Nightmare, but the second round is going to be someone at random who we're going to determine as, looks like Arthur? Could also be Yoshimitsu, but I'm pretty sure it's Arthur. Yeah, it's Arthur, because he doesn't have the flag. Yoshimitsu has the flag on his back as a giveaway. Being a little more aggressive than I would like. There we go. That'll be the run. Ooh, did not expect a sub 6. Yeah, this, it's a bit overclocked, as you can see. I think the final time was something like a high 4 or a low 5. And with all the RTA applied to that, it should not be going that fast. You get this pretty ending with the pretty music. It's really pretty. Did I mention it's pretty? Because it's pretty. Also, each character got their own ending in the arcade version, which wasn't really a thing with Tekken. Those endings weren't applied until home conversion. He's now missed. Thank you all so much for the GGs. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed that little arcade block. Once I got the go-ahead, up next we'll be having RGL's own RPG Chick, along with Background Guy 02. We'll be playing some Streets of Camarocho. Should be a cool little co-op run. Alright, everyone, bear with me, and we'll see if we can find out. In the meantime, well, actually, I'm going to put in my initials, because of course I am. I always like the initial screen for Soul Calibur, because it actually shows your character, punching or kicking in the initials themselves, so. Do it with all three buttons. You can actually also do inputs on a switched up plane, down is forward here. So I'm doing the same thing I was doing the rest of the round. Alright, everybody, give me just one moment, see if we can pass off.